Most people think you need to do hours of cardio in order to lose fat and keep it off for the rest of your life. But this is completely false. You can literally lose fat without stepping on a treadmill once. And today I'm going to explain exactly why. But before I do, let me introduce myself. My name is Selly, or Selly Hypertrophy. I'm an online fitness coach, and I also coach in person as well, and I help people get in shape physically and mentally for the rest of their lives. I used to be obese for most of my life. I lost over 100 pounds and eventually stepped on the bodybuilding stage for the first time. That entire process changed my entire life. It changed the way I look at life, changed my perspective on so many different things. It almost felt like I became a whole different person, started fresh, and now I can just get to do whatever I want. But anyways, I want to help you do the same. I've been an in-person trainer for years here in Webster, New York at ATR Fitness. And on this channel, I'm going to share everything I've learned along the way for free, just to give you value. Let's get into it. So the big question here is, do you need cardio in order to lose fat? The short answer is no, you actually don't. But it can still help, and I'll explain why later. But first, I wanted to explain how you actually drive fat loss. Fat loss happens through a caloric deficit. Now, if you don't know what a calorie deficit is, or you don't know what calories mean, check out my recent video. It's titled Calories and Macronutrients. This will explain everything you need to know for what I'm about to say. Fat loss happens when you're in a calorie deficit, meaning you burn more calories than you eat. Okay? So your body literally burns calories by existing. Let me explain what I mean. Introducing my makeshift total daily expenditure chart. Okay, I'm going to show you this in a second, but first thing you need to know is TDEE. It stands for total daily energy expenditure. This is the number that your body burns calorie wise in a given day. All right, it's different for everyone depending on your height, weight, age, but we can actually estimate how many calories your body burns in a given day. If you actually want to know what that number is, just look up TDEE calculator online. But right now I'm going to explain what it actually is. So, do you see this chart? I hope you can see this chart. You see that big chunk on the left side here? It says BMR. Your BMR is responsible for about 80% of your total daily energy expenditure. What that means is your body burns the most calories out of anything else just by existing, just by maintaining your organ function, by breathing, by just staying alive, waking up, just literally keeping you on this earth. All right, so 80% of the calories that you burn in a day are expended through just staying alive, right? Even if you didn't move a single muscle all day long. All right, the next chunk of this is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. So what this means is movement that isn't considered exercise. So what is exercise? Exercise is when you move, but you plan out to move in order to burn calories or get fit. It's a deliberate movement scheme. But non-exercise thermogenesis is moving without exercise. So this includes things like walking to your car on your way to work. That's not necessarily exercise, but you're still moving, still burning calories. Things like thinking while you're at work, or moving and walking around while you're at work, right? These things add up. One way to increase your non-exercise activity thermogenesis is by parking far away from the grocery store. Maybe fidgeting more throughout the day, because moving burns calories. I shake my leg all day long, not because I'm trying to do it, but because I probably have some sort of issue, but that's a story for another day. All right. So fidgeting, taking the stairs, doing your chores, whatever, makes up about 10 to 15% of your daily burn. Could be more, could be less, depending on how much you actually move throughout the day. All right, the next chunk, getting smaller and smaller as you could tell, thermic effect of food, or TEF. TEF is the calories burned digesting food. Protein burns the most to digest, which is one reason why high protein diets can help you with fat loss. Around 10% of your total calories come from this. All right, so your body literally burns calories, uses energy to digest the food that you eat. Things like Twinkies aren't going to burn as many calories digesting as something like eggs, oatmeal, fruit, things with fiber and protein in it, right? So that's why we like to keep a nice whole foods diet, because we can actually burn more calories digesting whole foods for the most part than we can ultra processed foods. Okay. And then the final chunk in your total daily expenditure is your EAT, or your exercise activity thermogenesis. This is your workouts and your cardio sessions. Ironically, this is only about 5 to 10% of the pie, right? Of your total daily calorie burn. Literally so small. But this is the one part that you can control the most, right? You can drive this up anywhere from 100 to 500 calories a day, depending on if you do cardio or not. And we'll get into that later. So if your body burns, let's say, around 2,500 total calories a day, all right, 1,600 of that is your BMR, just from existing, right? Your body burns around 1,600 calories just by staying alive. These are arbitrary numbers, but stick with me. About 500 of that is from non-exercise activity. So what I'm doing right now, moving my head around, moving the mic around, shaking my leg, things like that. About 500 calories. Maybe about 250 calories from digesting the food that I eat all day. More if I eat more protein, less if I eat less protein and fiber. And then only around 100 to 200 calories from actually working out. Obviously, the more cardio you do, the more this number will go up. If any of that sounds super confusing, check out my previous video where I explain calories and macros in more detail. It'll help kind of bring this all together. Okay, next section of this video. Why does cardio help, even if it's not required? So if cardio is not necessary, why would you do it? The main reason is it helps you burn more calories, right? Like we just talked about, it helps increase the slice of that pie of your total daily calorie burn. Let's say you walk 12,000 steps a day. You might burn an extra 200 calories doing that. But if you multiply that across 7 days or the whole week, that's an extra 1,400 calories in the week, right? You're going to burn an extra half pound a week of fat just by walking a little more. Literally, right? So just moving your body more, you could either one, eat a little more food, which I don't recommend, or number two, you just eat in your calorie deficit anyways and then do your steps on top of it. You're going to burn more fat faster in the long run without feeling like you're burning yourself out, right? This is how bodybuilders burn 20 pounds in like 4 months by not doing a ton of cardio. I lost 50 pounds in 6 months getting ready for my first bodybuilding show. And I only did cardio like once a week on the treadmill. Everything else came from 15 to 20,000 steps just by walking outside. All right? But here's what's the most important part of this. I don't want you doing cardio just to burn calories, right? We're tying it all together here. Stick with me. I want you to move your body so that you can actually enjoy life more, okay? I go on walks at night. My source of cardio is steps usually, just walking outside. I go on walks at night with my brother. We walk to the 7-Eleven that's about 1.5 miles down the street. Now, yes, we set out to do this so that I can get my steps in because he knows I'm on prep, so I need to do my cardio. But it doesn't, it turns into bonding time. We talk about fantasy football. We talk about his day. It's our time to decompress. It's our time to think and talk to someone and just, I don't know, chill. It's really nice. So sure, it helps to stay active, but it's honestly one of the highlights of my day. Just because I get to talk with my brother and just feels good to get outside and walk to the gas station, maybe buy a protein shake, protein bar, or even you can buy some ice cream. They have like the 100 calorie fudge bars. Sometimes I get that. All right. I've also been really enjoying pickleball recently. That's my favorite kind of cardio outside of walking. It's fun, competitive, and I get to hang out with friends and coworkers. That's the kind of cardio I want you doing, right? Something you actually enjoy, something you don't despise doing. It adds to your life. It doesn't punish your life. It adds value to your life. Makes you happier, right? Not miserable. Okay, the biggest mistake people make is treating cardio like a punishment. something you have to do because you overate or because you missed a workout. This mindset will ruin you. Let me repeat that. Thinking cardio is a punishment will ruin you. Okay? Cardio shouldn't be guilt-based. It should be a lifestyle thing. Movement that supports your goals and your happiness. Okay? We don't do fitness. Let me repeat this. We don't live life to make sure our fitness is better, right? It doesn't make sense. We do fitness so that we can add value to our own lives, right? Think about that one. Overlooked mental health benefits of exercise. Walking or light cardio or pickleball or basketball or something you enjoy reduces stress. It improves your sleep. It boosts your mood. You get better recovery, better appetite control, better food decisions. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. It makes you more creative. It just makes you feel better overall. It makes you more confident. So, cardio still helps with fat loss indirectly, but not in the way most people think. My camera's about to die, so I'm going to wrap this up. Okay? So, recap. Cardio doesn't cause fat loss. A calorie deficit does. Okay? You can't out-train a bad diet. You have to track your diet. Watch my previous video if you want to know how to do that. Your total daily movement matters. Okay? So move more. You're going to burn more calories throughout the day. You're going to burn more fat without even realizing it. Find movement that actually improves your life and makes you happy. Now, to wrap this up, here's the thing. Cardio helps, but it doesn't shape your body. The thing that actually changes how you look after you lose the fat, the definition, the shape, that comes from strength training with heavy weights. That's what the next video is going to be about. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But if you found this helpful, hit like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment on a topic that you want to see next or how I can improve this. And listen, I give all of this information away for free because I want people to understand how fat loss actually works. But if you're tired of guessing and you don't feel like doing it yourself and you want someone to do it for you, you could just pay me and I'll write you the entire plan and you'll get guaranteed results this way. Training, nutrition, cardio, all personalized for you with weekly check-ins and 24/7 access to my phone number. All right. So if you don't want to do it yourself and you want me to hold your hand along the way, a lot of my clients have had great success. So apply for coaching through my Instagram at Selly Hypertrophy, SELLYHYPERTROPHY. DM me on Instagram and I'll get back to you to see if you're a right fit for the team. But for now, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. If you actually made it this far, you're a real one. And now you know all you need to know about cardio. Have a good day.